All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see what we have here. Today is Saturday. I need to just mute myself. I think I don't like to hear my own voice. Okay. There you go. Sorry about that. It's always something, right? Okay. There you go. I guess I am muted now from myself. Let's go. Yeah, today I'm gonna take a look at smart objects in real estate photo editing. I have not used them that much, but I gave them a try, and I thought maybe there's some upsides to that. Before I had the feeling that it took so much longer to work with between Lightroom and Photoshop, but we're talking about maybe a second or two when I time them. So if that gives me some advantages, that would be good. But I've also found out that there are some things that are downsides to them as well. So I will take a look at that as well, and then I'm just gonna edit some images with smart objects. I thought I also created like an action for just to check the ambient file while I edit. Yeah, I will show you in when we get to the first image. So I will actually start by let's see, let's get this all set up with one of the downsides that I think. It's actually this. As you may know, if you didn't know, you will know now, but I like to work in my collections, and I like to work with stacks when it comes to my images. If I'm feeling, if I'm in that mood, I just edit, I prepare the files I want, the ambience and the flashes, remove the ones I don't want. I just collapse the stack, and I go to the next one, and I prepare every stack that I'm going to use. And I also have a shortcut assigned in my Mac for in Lightroom for to get those files from the stack as open as layers in Photoshop. If you don't know how you do that, I'll show you just quick little. Let's see, where is it? This is in Swedish. I'm sorry about that, but this is keyboard, and I have shortcuts here. And under this, you have app shortcuts, and I have my Adobe Lightroom Classic app, and I have 3 shortcuts that are not in Lightroom, but that is assigned by me. Works great. What you do is you just you find out what the menu says, and then you just type that. You click the little plus button. You select the app, and you give it the exact name that is in the menu. So with the dots and with the capital letters, and yeah, and then you assign a shortcut, and you're good to go. So I have here open as layers in Photoshop ... I have what is it, Command Option Shift and minus, and I have the auto stack by capture time. with the Swedish letter Ö, and then I have open as smart object layers in Photoshop. It's too long to fit there, but that is correct, and I have that set to Option, Shift, Command, and period. But what I've noticed is that I can only use that shortcut in one instance, while the other, Open as Layers in Photoshop, I can use with the selected images wherever I am in the program. So that caught me off guard a bit in the beginning, because I didn't know what was going on. So but because if I use the other shortcut for Open as Layers in Photoshop, I can actually just have the stack selected, do the shortcut, and it will go over to Photoshop. Won't work with the Open as Smart Object Layers in Photoshop. And if I am in the Develop module, if I select all these, same thing here. I have these 7 images selected. If I press Command, Shift, Option, and minus for the Open as Layers in Photoshop, it will work. But if I do, I'll show you. I'll do the Option, Shift, Command, and period for Open as Smart Object Layers in Photoshop. It will actually just open the first one. So that's a little bummer. I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if it's me, but yeah. So that might be one of the reasons why I didn't use it before. But I found out that if I am in the grid mode, I have these 7 images selected, I can actually do the same thing, Command, Shift, Option, and period, and it will open them as smart object layers in Photoshop. So while we wait for that, just check something out. Yeah. So they're populating right now. So now we will take a look what could be the upsides to these smart objects in Photoshop. I will run the action that I do. I like my actions to do as much of the groundwork as possible. Therefore, I don't pause between blending the ambient files and sorting the flash files and such. I just, I make them in an order that I blend the ambient, I put them at the bottom, and then I sort the flashes to work with them to create like a new flash file to blend with the ambient later on. So I will just start with that. Do a little quickie here. Let's see, we have the joining room. I will put that in screen mode. I have the side-to-side flashes. I will actually put that behind a dark black mask, and I will paint myself out from the underlying layer by showing that layer on top. Some nasty shadows here. Maybe we can just tone them down beginning. Let's see. I won't bother that much about these images, but can't do too sloppy work, right? So yeah. And then when I'm done with these, I have the base layer on top with the black layer mask. I have a duplicate of that as also with a black layer mask, and this one is in darker mode. So I have actually a shortcut for going to the black mask on this layer. So wherever I am in here, I will press Shift F1, and then it will go there. And then I'll just with kind of a low flow, just paint in more of that actually flat layer. But the good thing with that is that it's removing some of the nasty shadows I don't want. Like here on the mirror, this is what the left flash gave me. As you can see, when you're working with a brush that it has 0% hardness, it's pretty easy to, if you're not careful. I did paint myself in here. So just even out those shadows a bit. Maybe just put that on top there. Just give that a mask to just blend that a bit. And when I'm done with that flash file, so to say, I press the F4, and that will actually, if I do like this, it creates the flashes in a group on the bottom. I have it puts the ambient layer, the blended ambient files on top with the gray, 50% gray layer mask. I have the highlight protector. Maybe you've seen me do that before. If you haven't, just check back to another video. It's just it's kind of like it's protecting the ambient files from showing through in the most highlights. So and I have like I have that at 50% density, so I can just put that down and up. Now I don't know if it was really necessary in this file, but and then here's my ambience, the base, the lighter one and the darker one, and I have a little bit of contrast to that. This one is a prepared curve, or if I want to add some more contrast, for let's say, do that right now. And yeah, but as they are now, they are kind of like blended already, because I have the flash pops, I have the ambient in 50% gray and the highlight protector. I actually created a action that puts for me to check the ambient files and work on it if I need to. So if I press that, it reduces, it disables all the layer mask on the ambient files. It removes the flash pops and all the other ones, and just so now I can just focus on the ambient file. So this is the ambient file that the action blended for me, and as you can see, there's a mask on the dark, which lets the dark pixels through in the lighter areas. I also have the lights here. So if I disable that, you can see this is a light layer underneath. And here I can just, if I need to, if I feel like I need some more darkness, dark pixels, just maybe paint. I can create new luminosity masks. For let's say, if I just wanted to paint in some more of those lights at the mirror, I create a layer mask. I will make a selection, and I will paint some more, let some more in. In this case, I actually have a deselect by holding Command D. In this case, I actually have a quite large feather on my mask. As you can see here, this is it without, just to get it to blend a little better. Say if I did want a little more constraint without the feather, I can just I will copy this. I will press Command J. I will click the dark copy layer mask, and I will remove the feathering. I will create a black layer mask. So now we can do that all again. So you can tweak them as much as you want if the automatic blending does not do it for you. So it's pretty cool. And then I will just paint with white. I don't know if you see that much difference, but there is some difference. There you go. And the cool thing about smart objects in this case is that you actually have all the raw data is from Lightroom. It's in Photoshop as well, so you can actually change these now. So if I double click on that smart object layers, you see I have all my settings from the preparation in Lightroom, and I can tweak things here. I can pull up the exposure, maybe reduce the highlights a bit, maybe put up some white. Yeah, you can do whatever you want actually. We can do is let's make it like a drastic change. I will put the contrast all the way up. I will let's not make too much that I can't change back. All right, we instead of the contrast, let's do it like this. I will make the clarity 100% clarity. Let's take some textures as well. I will press OK. And as you can see, it doesn't change that much because it's behind that layer mask, but you can absolutely see a difference. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. You can change the color, you can do whatever, and you can just, as I said, you can duplicate them. You can do whatever you want. But there is one thing when we're talking about duplicating. If I do like this, if I make a duplicate of the base, oops. Oh, strange. Do it like this then. Yeah, we have a base copy. The base copy, if I go in and make some changes on that, let's make this like a monochrome, and we'll do this black and white. As you can see, if I instead double click on this base, that's also in black and white. That is because the changes you make is it's actually the same file. So if I change that back, you can see if I double click that again, it's also in color. So what you have to do if you do want to make a duplicate of that layer, but with if you want to make separate changes to that, you instead of duplicating it, you go to your right click and you, let's see, it's a new smart object via copy. So now if I do the same thing, that's black and white, and if I double click the base, that's still in color. So be aware of that, because otherwise you can they can make some crazy stuff if you if you make changes to one, and yeah. So if you want to make separate changes, just make sure to make the copy smart object via copy instead of just duplicating it. All right, when I've done my changes to this, I can go back to, I have the ambient check close, goes back to where we were. It's pretty cool. You can also do changes in all of these, all the smart objects. Let's say I want to make a change to this base flash. Maybe we would like some more exposure on that. I will just build that up a bit. Changes takes effect. Oh, you can see you get a little more light than that. So let's finish this off quite quick. Check what's underneath. I don't like that shadows that the ambient layer creates, even if it's natural. If it's natural, it doesn't mean it's just because it's natural doesn't mean it's pretty. So let's go on. I don't know. Same thing here. Yeah, maybe we should just darken that. There's two ways to do that. This is just like for It's a safety layer. You can actually just paint that away from the ambient as well. But I think it's a nice little touch to have that darken layer on top to just do the final touches. And actually, you can, if you want, you can even put that in screen mode or in lighten mode to get some more light in. So there's a little flexibility for that as well. So I will then just, let's make a stamp visible layer, Command Shift Option E. Let's put a camera on that. Just make some final touches, straighten it. Let's make an auto contrast, fade that, Command Shift F, and maybe just put a Nick Colorplex on that. We will call this done. Let's go. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, of course, I do need to remove the camera as well. I will flatten this, and let's just show the power of the remove tool. I might be able to do this in one brush stroke, but I usually just remove the camera and the head first. Not today. I got another camera. So funny sometimes when you get like things that you didn't expect. There you go. And then I usually just, now this is a quite simple background, so the Photoshop should have not that much of an issue to removing that. But I actually, when you have stuff behind, and I usually just take one tripod leg at a time. I think this will do the trick, right? Yeah, good enough. Some shadows. All right. Now I will show you another one of the downsides to smart objects, and I will use this file because I know it's not aligned. It's so easy sometimes to you change your settings on your camera, you bump the tripod just a little bit, and they're misaligned, and usually when I'm not working with smart objects, I usually do like auto align in Photoshop or using the LUMENZIA's pre-blend. But the thing is, if I do it like this, let's make that a little bit bigger. I will select all, go to, let's see, edit, auto align layers. They are great. It's grayed out. Does not work. That's because they're in smart objects. Same thing with the pre-blend. I have that like this, but it doesn't give you any you don't know if it's working or not, because you don't get any prompt or no messages whatsoever. But if you see like this is the ambient files, and as you can see here, there's some misalignment. Sloppy photographer. But I will just let's go for I will show you a little neat trick for aligning them, which works sometimes if the alignment doesn't happen. You can actually do it manually, of course, but sometimes there's a lot of work that you have to do. But I will run the action now, and I will since these files there was an alignment between the ambient files and the flash files, I won't notice it before. When I'm working on my flash file, it's all good. Let's see what we can do with these. Blend them with the gray lay mask. this I will use the gradient for. So far so good, everything works fine. I'm just singing along, you're happy. You paint in some base flash, that. Maybe just pull that one on top. And you thinking to yourself, you created one of the best flash files ever created. You're happy and you press F4 in my case to go to the next part. And oh, check that out. Obvious misalignment in this. So what do you do now? You start by putting the light on. What you can do now is actually align it manually, or you can just yeah, I suggest if you not work with the smart objects and do the auto align in Photoshop or using the LUMENZIA's pre-blend. I will actually do that like this. I will collapse all groups. These two are behind black layer mask. They're not visible now, and I will actually remove that because it's the same as this one. So if I just align that, I can duplicate it once again, and that one will be aligned. I will remove the layer mask on that, and I will put this in another blending mode that is seldom used, which is difference. I will have the layer selected, I have the move tool selected, and I will, as you can see, these white lines, these are obvious misalignment. What you want is a more unified image. You'll see when we get there. So I will just nudge this with the arrows up and down. We're pretty close. If you're looking at that painting with the tree, or that picture with the tree, you can see it turns almost black. So now we are in the ballpark of alignment. Yeah, I think that's good. I will just change the blend mode to pass through again. And I will enable the layer mask. And yeah, now I can work again on this paint in some ambient. This time I was kind of lucky because there wasn't that much misalignment, but yeah, something to be aware of, that you can't auto align, you can't yeah, those small details that I did in Lightroom before. Maybe that's just me because I like to work with the shortcuts. I think once you get the hang of it, you will actually be no problem at all. So let's say that. So let's just do a couple more, and yeah, I will run the action again, which will blend the ambient files, sort the flashes, with the base flash on top in normal mode and darken mode with black layer masks. See, I'll do like this. I'll just, I think I will blend that with a gray layer mask and paint myself out from both sides. Change the brush to black and paint on this side. Like that shadow. Paint that away. And that. there. Yeah, maybe it could be there, but those obvious shadows, I try to remove them. I will press Shift F1. I will try to remove them before putting the ambient layer on, because the ambient layer has the most natural shadows. Lights, it's casting shadows, so this usually an obvious one as well behind the water taps. And yeah, I'm happy with that. Press F4. Let's check for the alignment. Looks kind of good. I will actually just check the ambient. See if there's something we would like to do in this. We just we can pull down the highlight a bit. Blacks, because there's not much black, not much blacks in these images. Maybe I will actually just warm the temperature a bit for the lights on the outsides. Yeah. What you can also do, if you want to double the effect, you can just if I do like this, you can duplicate it a couple of times. This looks gross, but it's doable. Same thing here with the lights. Just create a couple to put some more light in. Maybe we will no, I'll do that. We'll close on that. I will actually create a I can do that again. I will if I have this one here, an ambient curve, but that is protected by this one as well, the highlight protector. So sometimes I just I select the main layer, the ambient brush, and I will just create a curves layer. And press Command Option G to clip that to that group. Maybe give that a little contrast. There you go. Let's see if there's some more we want to paint in here. You hold Shift and clicking on the mask to just disable or enable it. I also have assigned a shortcut for that, which is in my case Command Option Shift D. So I can do that without. I can just check some at the same time. I would like some more light under this one here. Yeah, maybe just lighten up those shadows of windows as well, actually. See where we want some natural light to give that more natural feel, not so obvious flashy. These are I don't like these kind of lines that the ambient layer, the natural light gives, so I usually just paint that out. And if you want some more light from the light sources, and we actually have this one, the ambient layer in color mode. So these are the colors from the ambient file. So you can selectively just paint that in where you want it. Maybe some here under the paint with white, of course. I'll paint a little more here. There. If I think it's too much, I can just reduce the opacity. You can tame that again, but I won't do that now because I like the more natural feel this has. So I will just press Command Option Shift E to make a stamped visible layer. I will maybe get like a camera raw. I will reset the colors because I don't like the camera raw watercolors. I will straighten it a bit. Maybe take like an auto contrast. Put a Nick color effects on that as well. Oh, there you go. Good. Yeah, we'll just opacity by 50, I think. So there we go. What do we have more? Let's see. Right. On to the next. Do the same thing. See if there's some things we see along the way. I did go through my actions in another video, I think. So let's see. Is this like for like kind of a window pull? I think. Let's do like this. I have a shortcut as well for an action, which actually renames it to window pull, puts that in darken mode and a black layer mask, so I don't have to work with that now. And later on, if it's while I'm working on the flashes or while I'm working on the blending between the ambient and the flashes, and I press Command Shift and F1, it will actually put that on top and I can start painting. So that's a cool little feature as well. So let's see, we will blend ourselves with a gray layer mask here as well. Like, because it blends a little bit better with that, because you get pixels from both layers. It takes a little more time if you're in a hurry, just to use the gradient. Or sometimes I just create like a black or a white mask on the layer and paint. So it's kind of the same thing. I like this little thing. Yeah, let's go for the base flash. See if we have. Yeah, we have all the pixel we need in the windows. Move some more shadows. The ceiling. I don't like that. It's pretty ugly. Let's see. Lights here or not? No, I don't think so. Just going back and forth between the white and the black brush to just, yeah, see what we get. I don't think I need a window pull in this case, because I think it's quite good. I don't have any darker pixels that I want. I think that looks kind of good actually. Let's go for F4 to blend it with the ambient. Let's just go for the fuck of it. Just check the ambient. I think that this is a bit too dark actually. Let's bump up the exposure a bit. Need some more lights. Instead of creating like a how do you say it? The curves layer, you can actually put some contrast in here as well if you want. You can do all the changes you need. Go back to that. Oh, it's pretty yellow, right? Oh, let's see if we can do something about that then. So we have, let's see what we have here. We do it like this. Actually, we will not use the darken in the flash. I will, instead of darken, I will create. Let's see. We do it like this. I will just try something out now. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. I'll put that in color mode. I will remove the layer mask, and as you can see, I think it's quite yellow. Let's see, I have a preset that actually, let's see, where are you? Yeah, the color mixer and the point color, which actually is just the color mixer. It removes the yellow and the oranges, and also the, yeah, where's that? God. Color. Oh, it's on the color mixer as well. Point color. I have a point color selected with a kind of a low range, so it's kind of isolated that color, and I will reduce the saturation. And I think it's, yeah, it removes yellows most of the time. You can also do it like this. I have another video on that when I create these little isolated presets, because you can get the slider, the amount slider. So you can just, if you're clicking on that, you can just, if you want some more, go up. Yeah. I also have those two separated. So I have this one, which is it resets them. So I have the, let's see, the color mixer by itself. This is only the color mixer, and then I also have the point color. Now it's the same thing as when I'm clicking on that, but I can do them individually or together, and I can reset it, and I can, and also here you can individually set the amount slider on these two, which is kind of cool as well. So let's go for something like that. See what's happening. Do we get some effect on that? Oh yeah. So what I did now is, instead of darken mode, I removed the layer mask and I put it in color mode, so it just takes the color from this layer. So I think that looks pretty good actually. Let's see, do we want some more ambient? In this case, sometimes the files can look a bit flat when, as you can see here on the floor. If I remove that, the flash file, it looks kind of dull, kind of flat. So sometimes I do like those. If I paint some more white here, you can get some highlights on the floor. I don't like when they're kind of burned out, but in this case, it's kind of nice to know that there's some light coming in this house. Let's see what the ambient gives us. Like these ones as well. When you get a little bit of touch of light mixed. Gives it a little more dimension, I think. So let's flatten that. Let's just create a camera raw filter on that. That's a lot of colors that's bringing back. It's not too bad actually, but I usually will just reset that. Let's go for my new favorite that I've been using. In this case, it's not that bad, but I can, in LUMENZIA, just press shift and this little sat, which will make a selection of the most saturated pixels in the image, and create a hue saturation layer, and I can just play around with the colors. I like my colors a little more muted, so I can also just with the lightness on that, or this is way too flat, of course, but what you can do if you think that, oh no, never mind. All right, let's do it like this. Do we'll flatten that. Let's make an auto contrast on that. Fade it 50%. Create a Nick color effects. I have a shortcut for the action. If you haven't seen it, it just creates a duplicate or a stamp visible layer, makes it a smart layer, and then I just go to filter, Nick collection, and Nick color effects, and I have a preset that I assigned to that. Good thing with the smart objects is you can actually just double click that. If you want, you can Just change some settings if you want. If you want some more color contrast, that looks gross. Yeah, I like this one. If you haven't tried it out. The Glamour Glow gives it a little softer feel. As I have it set up, it's mostly in the highlights, so I kind of like that. Yeah, we have one more. Yeah. Let's see if we can do some changes in the smart objects. That's what I've been trying out. So kind of like it. I don't like that you can't align them. I don't like that the shortcut in Lightroom doesn't work except for in the grid view, but yeah. So that's not. We have bigger issues in the world than that, I think. Right. Oh, this is kind of like yeah. I think I did some kind of window pull. I think with like a. I haven't done anything with that. Like a. How do you say? Like a safety layer, like a. You do get some. Most of the time, you get some reflections in the window pool if you do like that. And yes, I'd like to take one without the flash as well. I will just put that behind a black layer mask. I will group that with the window pool, and I will do that shortcut again, which was Command F1, which renames it the window pool, puts it in darken mode with a black layer mask, so it won't bother us at the moment. Now I have my left and my right. Let's go for this. I have I'll do it manually. I have a shortcut for this as well, an action which creates a gradient, but actually just makes a layer mask, and I will just draw a gradient. The action is a little bit more advanced because these actually, if you record this, it actually goes for image to image settings, and it doesn't work very well I actually don't remember how I did it, but I'm using like a gradient adjustment layer and create a channel mask, and just blah. It's not. This goes so fast, you actually don't need to have that, but it's a cool little feature to just push buttons, I think. So we're fine with that. I will press Shift F1 to go to the base flash, remove some of the ugly shadows. So underneath here, it's kind of flat. This actually, I need any window pull at all. Oops. Let's see. Nah, I won't use that. I think it's good as it is. Actually, just kind of want to lighten it up with the ambient layer as well. Let's see. Let's check. What did I do now? Let's do it like this. This is a good thing that you actually have. I actually, in all my actions, that's a tongue wrestler, create a snapshot in the beginning of every action. So yeah, when I screw up, I can just go back to the state before I play the action. And as you can see here, this was actually this that caused it. I just deleted the layer mask. I didn't delete the file. So let's go for F4 again. Here we have it. Kind of like the little lighter. I think it makes the image come together a bit. Let's check the ambient file. Ambient check. This is what it looks like. This is a very common thing in the ambient blending, that you get some this darkness between. I don't know what these are called. Write it in the comments, please. I need to learn English. Let's see. There's something we want to do. Let's check that out. Maybe just... this is a good trick as well, I think, to the density on the layer masks. It's quite a neat little feature. In this case, I can just let more of the light in if I want to, and the dark as well. I'm not going to do that now. It's a good little trick. I will go back. Yeah. And here we can make use of the little highlight protector, because when I when I remove that, you can see it lets more of the ambient layer in. This is with the 50% density on that, so it's kind of like a 50% gray on the black pixels. And I can just pull that up. As you can see, it protects the... Let's go for something like this, I think. As you can see, it's also those things that I was wondering about actually changes as well, because the mask isn't that hard, harsh. I don't know. Let's see. Do we want to remove that? Because you can work on this mask as well. Let's just go for... just paint white. Oh, black, I mean. Oh, doesn't matter. Do we want some more ambient? I like that. I like that. A little lighter, I think. Let's just go pull down the density on that layer mask a bit. It darkens it on the sides, but I can just paint black, I think. Lighten that up if I want to. Now you can see if I change my mind and just want to paint in some more, I can do that as well. Let's see if I can just paint the... Let's see if I just paint all these. I don't know. No. Let's make a stamp visible layer. Camera raw. Oh, export. Camera raw, there you go. In the light module, I will just press Command U for an auto. Tweak, that's a good base to start from, I think. We'll reset the color, stream that. Maybe this time we'll just be a little more careful. Instead of just auto, I will go for the guided, and I will actually, I said it before, I have a big troubles doing this with the Wacom pen, so I actually grab my mouse in these cases. It's a sign of age, maybe. Is that good? I don't know. Yeah, let's do like an auto contrast. Command Shift Option and L. I think that is too much, so I just fade it by holding Command Shift and F. Go for like, yeah, maybe 20%, I think. Let's go for the... Yeah, let's do this manually this time. I will do it like this. I will make a stamp visible layer. I will create a smart object. Oh, I have used the shortcut for so long. I think convert for smart filters. Filter, convert for smart filters. I use the shortcut, which is Command Option Shift S. I don't know if it's, I think it's default one, right? Let's do it. Then we go for filter again. And now we go for the new collection color effects. And this makes me crazy. Every time I open the Nick color effects, I get this prompt, and even if I press do not show again, it shows up the next time as well. So here I have a preset. I think it's this one I actually usually use. Let's see. Yeah, take another one. Bit too much, I think. The good thing is that you can actually just reduce the opacity, as long as you're not changing the straightening it or anything else. I've done that sometimes in the past. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean. It's just a heads up as well. I'm sure you see it if you do it. But so now I have this as a smart object with the Nick color effects at 100% opacity, and you can actually do like a camera filter on this as well. So it's under the same. You can also change this. So if I can I will do a crazy thing. I'll do it like that. And then you can also just works with the smart filter. But what I meant was this. I will remove that. But if I go for a, let's go for that. Yeah, did some changes. And as you can see here, no, that was strange. Oh no, okay, that's what I was talking about. Because if I want to change the opacity now, yeah, then it's gonna misalign with the underlying layers. So be careful of that. I'm sure you knew that. But I've done that at least one time where I didn't notice it, so it looks like shit. So there you go, smart objects, pros and cons, good or bad, I don't know. I like it in that sense that you can make changes to the raw data while you're editing. I don't like that you can't align them, but yeah. And actually, like I said in the beginning, I thought that it took longer to get from Lightroom to Photoshop, but it's negligible. We're talking a couple of seconds, second or two, I don't know. So yeah, this has been fun. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I would be glad if you do. And I will catch you in the next one.